Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our summer week 5 maths lesson. Today, we will be able to measure volume in litres using decimals. We were measuring the mass using decimals in the previous lesson, and now we are measuring volume today using decimals. So we are moving on and away from our previous learning to build on it. Right, for your in focus today, you have got 3 different containers holding different amounts of water. So there's different volume of water. You need to be able to tell me which container has the greatest amount of water and which container has the least amount of water. I'd like your answers to be in decimals to help you work out your final answer. So what I mean by that is work out how much volume, so how much water there is in this container, and for this one as well, and so on. Once you can write down all the measurements of the volume, then you can order them to see which one is the greatest one and which one is the least amount. I'd like you to pause the video now and have a go at the in focus, please. Right, some of you may already started working on the in focus, but I thought I'd help a few of you that may be stuck. Yesterday, we looked at a kilogram, and we know that it was the same as 1,000 grams. And when we broke it up, we realized that there were 10 lines, so each line was worth a tenth. So here, if this is 1, and we've got 10 lines coming up, what would the first line be? It will be 0.1, then 0.2, 0.3, and so on. Whereas here, it's not 1 litre up here, it's here, and you've got 5 lines coming up. So you need to divide that up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines coming up. So what you need to do is four lines. If we think about it, if we change this number to 100, and we know there are 4 lines, what would each number be? So it's counting in a certain number, and we've done this previously, so you should all be able to count up. The number is 25, so it goes 25, 50, 75, or 100. Now, if we were to change this and go back to 1, rather than this one being 25, if we change that to a decimal, what would your number be? It would be 0.25. That's all I'm going to say to help you. Now I'd like you to continue and work out which container has the greatest amount and which container has the least amount of water. I will now go through the Let's Learn with you. So this was the middle container, if I'm correct, and I said it goes up in tenths, and I did say it was 0.1, 0.2, and so on. So you need to count all the way. And this has 0.6 litres of water. We know that 0.6 is less than 1 litre, but it's more than half. So half of 1 is 0.5. Let's look at a different container now. This one was the end one. So it goes up in quarters. We know that a quarter is the equivalent to 0.25. And we go up. So we just count up. So this was 0.25, 0.5, and then 0.75. We still know that it's less than 1 litre, but is way more than a half, and it is more than 0.6 litres. Now the last one. Similarly, we knew there were 4 lines. they go up in 0.25. So if you count all the way, that's 1 litre, and then it's another 0.5, so it's 1.25 litres. Straight away, this is our biggest number. So this has the greatest amount of water. And this container here, the middle one, was 0.6 litres, which is the least amount of water. Let's now move on to our guided practice and see what we have to do for today's guided practice. You've got 2 questions. The first one, you need to match each drink to the correct container to show how much there is. So let me just read this out. That's 0.75 litres, that's 0.3, that's 0.5, and this is 1 litre. You've got 4 drinks, but you've got 5 containers. Ooh. Now for the second question, you need to draw a line to show each level. So for this one, this is 0.5 litres. What you need to do is you need to draw a line where you think 0.5 is, and you need to do that for all of them. So this one's 0.3, this is 0.25, 0.568, this is 1 litre, and this is 0.5, and this is 0.33 litres. Where do you think they are on this cylinder? Off you go for your guided practice. You can zoom in. If not, what I'll do is I'll just zoom that in so that you can see clearer. And then I will show you the answers. Here are the answers for the guided practice. Now we need to complete worksheet 4 on page 71 and 72 for today's lesson. This is what your worksheet should look like in front of you. Once you've opened your book, write down today's date, please, and start your work. I'd like you to pause the video now and continue your work. And then once you've finished, I will show you the answers so you can mark your work. Here are the answers. Please mark your work, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.